We've all had those little and big missteps in our lives. What if they weren't right or wrong? What if they're just choices on the way to consciousness? Welcome to the Missteps of Consciousness TV show with Hayden and Julie.
Welcome to Missteps, everyone. Welcome to our TV show. So, host of Hayden Glover and co-host of me, Julie Andrew. And tonight we've got two special guests, Michelle and Glen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just, wow, yep.
Edhouse?
Glen? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. And we are in bed tonight. They are certified access consciousness facilitators. Michelle is the author. Glen is a jack of all trades and
Master.
jack of no trades.
Master of all trades.
Master of all trades.
Mm-hmm.
How cool is that?
Yes.
And
jack of
this
none.
show, yes, we are in bed and we are naked and we are going to be talking about sex, relationships, and what else? And maybe bodies, maybe naked bodies.
Yeah.
And yes, I am hiding my body. Okay, so hi Michelle and Glen. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hey guys, thanks
Hello.
so much for having me again. And this time I brought my enjoyable other.
Oh, that's right. I wasn't there last time.
No, well you were, but not in the shop.
No.
Mm.
Oh.
What are we
very
going
good
to
to
talk
be here.
about tonight? So we were talking about sex and relationships. So anything can come up. Like, oh wow, sorry, I didn't mean that.
Okay.
Anything can come up, or anything can come out, or and it's
Well, we're actually pretty qualified to talk about that because we are in a relationship and we have had sex twice, you know, two kids.
we have two children, so
You did it twice.
So we're way more qualified than somebody who's only got one kid.
He's only did it twice. They were just spontaneous after that. They just happened.
yeah.
Cool.
So my
Yeah.
question to you,
Well,
my
sex
question
is for
to you-
procreation. Why else would you do it?
Fun. Literally fun. Yeah.
Well, my question is to you. What's the deal? Well, I went speechless with that. My question to you, Michelle and Glen, what's the difference with your relationship than anyone else's? And I'm sorry, that's very broad, but what's different? What makes your relationships work
Ooh, can I ask?
for each other, work for each other?
They're
Yeah.
happy? They're happy? They're happy?
Who's giving away our secret? Well, the first thing that's different about our relationship is that our relationship is with us, and no one else has that. So, you know, that's pretty unique in the world.
Yeah, no one else has a relationship between Michelle and Glen Edhouse, eh?
No, we're the only two us in the world. So, you know, just like you, everyone's the same. We're all unique. Yeah.
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 So what's different about our relationship? I think one of the things that's different about Glen and I is Glen's willingness to be an allowance. Glen has a phenomenal capacity to allow me to be and do anything, and that is one of the amazing, phenomenal things about this gorgeous man. Yes, biting his tongue. He often has blood dripping down and it's not because he's a vampire. It's because he's biting his tongue.
You know what's really funny is that if I show a nipple, it's okay.
Oh, we lost him. How cool is that?
How funny. And how much is this subject is taboo. We'll keep recording. You know, Hayden, like we're talking to a couple on, you know, in New Zealand who are naked and talking about how different their relation is and how open it is and how vulnerable they are.
Yeah.
And it is such a taboo. Like, you know, we are going where a lot of people wouldn't really be treading. And that's what I just love about us and about the show that we do.
Yeah.
We are winning. Willing.
Aware of
willing to really push the barriers of going beyond it and be different.
Like,
maybe, yeah. Okay, that's cool. We're back on track. Cool.
okay.
Yeah, keep going, guys.
So now I've got no idea what I was going to say. It was about allowance. Like, more so now than before. Like, since post-Access rather than pre-Access. What's that? 8 years ago or so. It is the allowance thing, and willing to allow each other to be themselves.
I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
So you're cool with anything?
He's awesome.
Yeah.
When we first got together, people used to say we were the perfect couple.
Yeah.
And I'd had a lot of boyfriends before I met Glen, and I knew that when I met Glen, there was a real difference in the energy of our relationship, the energy that he be, and there was something seriously different to what I'd experienced before and any of the other people I'd come across. And so people used to say we were an awesome couple, and they, you know, if only they could have a relationship like ours and stuff like that. And there was definitely an element of yumminess in our world, and yet there was still an awareness that something else was possible. And since we've been using the Access Consciousness tools, we've done all sorts of weird clearings with each other about things that have come up along the way. And we've facilitated each other on things that most couples don't even allow the possibility of a conversation about, never mind clearing away everything that doesn't allow the other one to do that thing. And it's not from a place of necessarily desiring to go out and do whatever we've been clearing about. It's more from a place of, let's get this shit out of the way, and then we can create our relationship without it being,
tickling my chest here. It's hilarious.
Oh, I wish I had a bad camera.
So our willingness to actually look at what...
Sorry.
Oh, thank you, Glen. Oh, like my body's like, you know, twanging already, and then you just did that. Oh, thank you.
Could you explain what just happened? Because I don't have the video feed.
Oh, you don't have the video.
I don't see.
Glen,
you can get on the replay, mate.
Oh, well, I can see you. Well, Glen just had a little sneak peek under the covers.
Yeah.
And just the energy that contributes to all of us. Yes, thank you.
Oh, I missed it.
Keep going.
So that willingness to clear away whatever is not working for us, and that or anything that comes up, and that willingness to actually talk about things, no matter what they are and no matter what that could actually create in our relationship, has been a real huge gift that I think a lot of couples are unwilling to look at things that are going on. You know, if they're aware of an energy, and they're not happy with that energy, they're not willing to actually necessarily say, hey, dude, can we have a chat about that? So I think that's something that we're quite different.
I think it's something where, like, once you've done a bit of access, you sort of take for granted the fact that you can actually change stuff. You might just want to acknowledge that for yourselves as well, because, well, we be blah, blah, you can, well, what's that all about? And you actually get to a space where you're actually willing to go, oh, well, that's just a point of view from, it doesn't work for me anymore, or, yeah, that really, this is something that's, hang on. You can see this hand. This hand's going all over the show, but you can't see it. But it is something that's kind of unique, is that when you're actually willing to use these tools, you've actually got a toolbox that you can start applying to things and going, let's look at that, and because something's not right. Like when you've actually got, something you can use and you can acknowledge what's going on, because a lot of people don't even have that. Oh, she's been a bit crazy lately. I'm watching a person I know at the moment going through some stuff in his life, and all you can do is offer, because you can't fix anything for anybody unless they ask you to help. But it's like, I've offered, would you like me to, if I can help, let me know. But he just doesn't have the tools to handle things like we do, which is actually a pretty cool thing, to actually have a toolbox where you can just go, hey, this is coming up for me. Can we look at this with somebody? And it doesn't have to be, between like us, but having somebody there that you can actually talk about weird thing, or anything that's coming up for you. It's just really pretty cool, actually. I think.
And Hayden and I do it. It's really cool, like with the TV show, but even with our business, with Misstep, we'll just having each other to have a conversation and then go, well, what tools can we use? And, we just choose the tool that will change it quickly, and it's really cool. So you don't require to be in a relationship. Like Hayden and I are not in a relationship so cool. But, we use the tools with each other all the time. And it actually makes a real big difference with the business and with the TV show, because it's just easy to actually create with the tools and create with each other, because we're just so willing to go beyond any energy. So if some energy comes out, we're just like, I know for me, it's just, and I've heard Hayden say this too, it's just, we're just willing to look at it and go, okay, let's go around it, let's change it, let's go beyond it. With these tools, that toolbox, it just makes it so easy. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. And I'd like to point something out there. You and Hayden may not be in a sex relationship, but
You're going to say that.
I'd like to clarify the definition of a relationship is actually the distance between two objects, whether they're two people, whether they're two physical things that aren't people. Currently I can say my relationship to my bed is full body contact. So when you have a business partner, you have that capacity to use the relationship tools that we teach in Access with those people, with that business even. And so when you look at that yumminess that is possible in all relationships, and having that ease and that joy that is available to everyone.
That's so cool, because like we have a business relationship. I do make a joke with Hayden. The only thing that we don't have, we don't copulate. We don't put body parts together.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. But yeah, we do. In this reality, people would see. So yeah, no, that's a really good way to explain using the access tools with any kind of relationship. Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah. And I tell you what, one of my favourite tools to use in relationship is that good old favourite of who does it belong to. Because, I mean, for those of you that are watching out there that haven't done any accents, tickling them again.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm getting it out of Julie's head. She wants me to do it.
Yeah, touch him. I'm going to touch you both. Probably you are. Like, touch him.
Hey, check this out then, check this out. Oh, you can't really see it. How's that for a tan line?
Like a tan line?
I'm so disappointed I don't have any video.
Touch him. Yeah, cool.
This is being recorded.
I want to be touched.
And Hayden, get it out of my head. Touch you.
Hayden's
going
to log in to YouTube and watch it live streamed. So you can see it the other end.
Just do it on your phone, bro. It's fine.
Dude, I'm not getting any visual from you. I just get audio. So, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that who does it belong to tool, like, you know, how many people have walked into a room and they've known as they walked into the room that somebody in that room is grumpy? You're starting to tilt it so you could get a bit of a titillation vision done.
We're getting a little bit unlucky. So, if you're willing to acknowledge that you're aware of another person's what's going on for them, it's one of those things that since I've had that tool, if Glenn walks in the room and I start feeling a bit weird, it's not me. And I even, he'll come home from work and I'll go, how was your day? And I already know because I've been aware of him all day and things have been going a bit weird at work, the concrete truck broke down or whatever. And I already have an awareness of what his day's been like. But because I haven't bought it as real as mine, he doesn't come home to me being grumpy from having had a grumpy day. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah, that makes heaps of sense.
It's the same thing as, sometimes in the morning you wake up grumpy, and then other days you need to sleep in.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting today. We were doing a live show at 6 a.m. And we got on, and I think there was 6 workmen started working right outside of my bedroom on the road. And my energy just changed, and I started like snapping just at Hayden just before getting on the show, and I just knew, and so it was really cool, and we actually used it into the show. But I was actually willing, and I did. I asked if it was going to create greater to actually ask if they could be quiet and just lower down their voices just while we recorded. And just the energy that I was, yes, they did. They actually disappeared. They didn't just, quiet down. They actually just left. And it was amazing. And then we had but it was just that who does this belong to? Because I was really happy, getting really, joyful, like for the show to start. And then I was getting snappy and I wanted to rip people's head off and then I went, okay, who does this belong to? And not buying it as mine, I changed it. So we had this awesome show. It was really cool. So that is a great tool to use.
Yeah, totally.
Sorry about that.
So
I am wondering where Michelle's other hand is, or the other arm is. No, with the other arm. Oh time Glenn goes,
Here's my hands and I can still make the computer move. Yeah, yeah.
You see all four of our hands.
So you've given one other tool. So we're coming to the end of the show, and this has just been amazing to talk. Yeah, half an hour's gone already.
Oh,
What other tool would you use too? So you use Who Does This Belong To? What other tool would you use? You do use with your relationship.
all of them.
Yeah.
We're talking about being an allowance a little bit. Actually,
Interesting point of view.
What
Interesting
is
point of view.
allowance, guys? Michelle and Glenn, what is allowance to you?
Allowance is not having a point of view about what others are thinking or doing or being. But it's also not being walked all over. So some people go, oh, I'll just lay down on the ground and just let you do whatever, and that's me being an allowance. And since we're in bed, that could be taken a really interesting way.
Yeah.
But
it could be taken interesting ways, yes.
I just lay down and let you, yeah. Anyway, but with allowance, it's clearing away anywhere that you are judging them for being and doing what they're doing, and then still creating your life. So not allowing what they're creating to stop you from creating, and yet not judging them and trying to stop them when they're creating, whatever they're doing, whatever they're being. You know, if one of you is in a really shitty mood and you're just sitting on the couch being grumpy and watching TV and and the other one could buy into it, sit down and go, you're making me stop doing what I want to do. Instead, if you're being willing to go, oh, well, interesting point of view that they're choosing that. What am I choosing? And then your life can go on. You can keep creating. You can keep generating whatever it is you desire to create, and they can just carry on being their grumpy self for as long as they choose to, until they choose to go, stuff this. No, that doesn't work me. Usually they go through a place of, it's not fair, why are you being so happy while I'm being so grumpy? But, allowance is not having a point of view about other people's choices and still creating your life as you desire.
Yeah.
It's how I would define it. Do you agree?
And what a
Total allowance
contribution.
at that point of view.
Total allowance at that point of view.
Yep.
What a contribution that is, not having to go into your partner or your insignificant other or whatever points of views, and you can be like, this contribution over here. Yeah, you just okay, cool, have fun with that.
The other cool,
yeah,
exactly. But the other cool thing it does is that while you're willing to be an allowance of them, because you're just seeing it as what they're choosing to do or be right now, rather than buy it as real and true, because most of the time you can tell if someone's a bit grumpy or whatever, and it's not going to last very long, really. But if you buy into it and make it true, or buy into it and make it true real for you, then you just perpetuate the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they'll see it in you and do it back, and then and it's like,
you've had a shit day. Okay. Sweet. I'm just going to go be happy over here, so let me know when you're finished and, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but we can go get pizza.
Play crispy. Play.
Hey.
Hey, Hayden, do you have any other questions? We're going to, it's just coming to the end of the show. So, I always love you asking the last question, having the last word. It's so cool.
Oh.
She's a keeper, bro.
She's a keeper.
Let you have the last word.
Well, I wanted to talk about sex because
We can go a little bit longer if
We
you
can
want to
go
talk
longer?
about sex.
Cool.
Oh,
Oh, they're like, no, we're done. We're not talking about sex.
that's so funny.
I love it how it does it at these
You want to
perfect
talk
moments.
about sex?
Yep. Oh, I got video again.
Hey!
Hey, I can
So he's
see
got a
you.
question.
And we're
He
back.
has a question.
Yay!
So we're going to go a little bit over time for the
Yeah.
show. But he's got a question. He wants to talk about sex. And he's got a question for you guys.
I can't hear.
He's
Well-
not speaking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, come on, guys. Come on, Hayden.
He was doing brown chicken, brown cow impersonation. Brown chicken, brown cow.
Well, I was going to ask, because this is something I'm being very vulnerable with right now. How do you make it fun? Like, I see you guys do it, and it's more than just the copulation.
Coputation.
Yeah,
Body part.
Both, because it's so often that we just see sex as copulation. But sex is so much more than that. Like,
Yeah, that's cool. So what is the element of fun for you that make it the element? So I get what you're saying. You're asking what's the he's the element, and she's you both. So you choose to be a certain energy, Glenn and Michelle. Ah. So it's
I'm the
just
secret.
choosing
Nee, you can't act, bro.
for the right price, you
You can
can.
out-create this, Hayden. You can out-create this.
Might require a bit more pocking and potting on that.
Yeah. I'm special.
Yeah, Glenn's really special. She went special and special.
Alright, stop it. Okay, come on.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, Glen has always been a very key factor in our relationship. Obviously, because if he wasn't there, we wouldn't have a relationship.
No, I know, official Michelle. You know I'm telepathic. You know
Who's the lock and who is the key? But yeah, quite honestly, Glen has a serious love of bodies, and I'm very grateful for that. Very, very grateful. He has loved my body even when I have absolutely detested it. He, no matter what size or shape it gets to, he still continues to adore my body and enjoy my body, even when I can't comprehend what he sees in it, thinks of it, feels of it. And in his dodginess, he's always been willing to say the things that other people won't say, and be the energies that other people have judged as inappropriate. For me, that's yeah. So, yeah.
I don't quite know how to add anything to that. It's like, how do you explain how you are? You know what I mean? Isn't it obvious? Because, like, why wouldn't you be like that? Because I don't know if I just see the world a bit different. Well, I do see the world differently to most people, I suppose. Because, I don't know. Why wouldn't you make sex fun? Why wouldn't it be play? why wouldn't you care about the person that you're with? Why the whole that people do something different doesn't make any sense at all. The whole slam your partner's head through the headboard. Yeah, that sounds like fun based on what? I suppose just being willing to have that sense of joy rather than of achievement or anything else like that. But
instead of a
fun,
sense of proving.
joy.
You don't have to prove.
Yeah, nothing to prove.
Oh.
I know how great I am. It goes without saying.
Yeah,
So.
You just be it.
Big tongue and great breath hold, me. You know?
Many years of underwater hockey training. Underwater hockey, there you go, Hayden, there's a new sport for you. Because the old saying is underwater hockey boys go down for longer.
Or players, not just the boys.
Oh, okay.
Goes both ways.
And
see his eyes widen.
the other thing is Glenn's joy and the turn on his body gets from pleasing my body. You know, when I was growing up, it was like the point of view that always was bandied around was, you know, foreplay for him is touch this, and let's go. And I was like, there's got to be something different than that in this world. And Glenn is willing to put me first in the bedroom. And what that creates is the joy for him that he gets from turning my body on is a gift to him. Like, it's that whole gifting and receiving that we talk about in Access. Yeah. As he's gifting to me, he's receiving so much. And so many guys that I'd been with in the past, to them, foreplay on a woman was what you had to do to be able to get the sex. Mm-hmm. What if it was part of the gifting to your body, part of the excitement, the possibilities for your body, rather than just something you had to do to please her so that she'd have sex with you again in the future? You know, what if the foreplay was actually something that was gifting and receiving for both? Rather than just a doing to get.
It'd be like stepping it up a notch and make it 5-play. Give up 4-play, go for 5 instead.
And that's really cool, saying that you actually make it about them. I know when I'm with a guy, I actually make it about them and their bodies. And usually the energy comes back, then they'll make it about my body too. And I really love having sex. It's fun for me. It's really it's not just an act, it's just the whole sensation. So I know, and I am going to say, like, when I do go down on a guy, it is fun for me to see them get so excited, to hear, like, to really get them, like, their body is, you know, quivering, and it's the joy. And it actually then turns my body on even more by having them being so quivering and getting to that, you know, that peak stage and then going back. So, yeah, that's really cool to hear that, you know, I'm not the only one that does that.
Not alone.
Nope.
So does that answer your question, Hayden?
Yeah.
Hayden, well, you know, again, we're really coming up to the show again. Anything more you would like to ask Glenn and Michelle?
Can I just say thank you? Like, gratitude for both of you being willing to be this and like to share this with us and to show us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, there's something else too. Just because, you know, I saw this ages ago, but well, you probably guys have seen this all before, but here we are. This is us naked below the belt.
I love it. My eyes, like, there was other things going in my mind. But, you know,
I didn't know what he was going to do.
pleasure
Picking
doesn't
up
have
the
to be
belt. I was like,
brutal or abused, but you can still use that little, yeah, okay, yeah, I won't go any further than that. Yeah, thank you, guys. And, you know, thank you, Hayden, too. And thank you for, like, showing up and you know, us, Hayden, to do a show like this. And, you know, I'm really grateful. And I know my body is very grateful for you two right now. So.
It doesn't come out from behind the blanket, though. For all we know, you're in a diving suit.
I might be. Well, we have done the bath show, and we were all naked in the bath show, so.
Oh, nice.
That was really cool. Well, yeah, thank you guys for being on the show. Yep, we've come to the end of our sex and relationship show. Yeah, so last words, Hayden.
Thank you.
she loves putting him on the spot. She does this every time, I'm sure of it.
She likes to see me go red.
That's just hilarious.
I do. It is actually a pleasure. He does it to me. No, he doesn't do it to me. So you can do it to me anytime. Okay.
Well, thanks so much for having us, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Okay, we'll see you next week, everyone. Who have we got on next week? Well, we don't really know right now, but we will make sure that we know who our guests on next week.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 And that's another week done and another great episode. Hope you all enjoyed it as much as Hayden and Julie did. See you next episode.